We will.
And forward, 7-1 from Seattle, number 44, Juwan Oldham.
Juwan averaging 3.8 per contest.
6'8" forward from Kentucky, number 34, Kenny Walker.
The New York rookie averages 9.5 points a game.
At center from Georgetown, number 33, Patrick.
The Knicks starting lineup with former Chicago Bull Juwan Oldham and Kenny Walker up front, along with Patrick Ewing at center. Here's Gerald Henderson starting in the backcourt, along with Gerald Wilkins, who comes off the 41-point game in that stirring come-from-behind victory over the 76ers Wednesday night in Philadelphia. While the Chicago Bulls come off the overtime victory over the Detroit Pistons, with Michael Jordan scoring 61 points on Wednesday. Let's join with the public address for the introduction of the Bulls.
And forward from Duke, 6'8", number 20, Gene Bennett. 6'9" forward from Virginia Union, number 34, Charles Rockford. And center with the ball, 6'11", number 40, Dave Martin. 6'2" guard from Notre Dame, number 5, John Anderson. From North
A mystical introduction here at Chicago Stadium, and a capacity crowd of 18,000 have turned out.
Some of the better-known officials are with us tonight, Jack Neese and Earl Strom. If some of the Bulls were lying around watching daytime television and got a little logy, when they get introduced here at Chicago Stadium, that'll snap you out of it. Boy, is that exciting. Is it dim in here, or is it my imagination?
No, I think it's your eyes, John.
A little dim in here.
You know, you reach a certain age, a certain level of life, and these things do happen. There's Juwan Oldham, who has come up with 14 blocked shots the last two games. 7 blocks, 7 rebounds against the Sixers on Wednesday. Chicago at 77% shooting. What was that all about? I guess that was free throw shooting. Nice stat. And the Bulls lead this series 3-1. There was that classic game here in Chicago. The other meetings have taken place at the Garden in New York. The Bulls winning it on that last-second shot by Jordan, winning by 2 as Jordan scored 18 consecutive points.
Yes, the last time the Knicks were here, that was a wild affair. He set an NBA record in so doing. However, in the last 2 games, the Knicks have held him under 35 in each of those games. Gerald Wilkins will be guarding Jordan tonight.
And Wilkins using the pick, but picked up on the switch. Here's Ewing, guarded by Corzine. Henderson open. And the Knicks lead it by the score of 2-0.
Patrick Ewing picking out the open man right away.
Henderson guarding Paxson. And Wilkins running all over, looking to stay with Jordan. Here's Gene Banks. And rebounded by Oldham. Wilkins, yes, 4-0 the Knicks.
Knicks are killing the Bulls.
Now Jordan met by the double team. Banks getting in. And the Knicks lead it by the score of 4-2.
Ewing helped him out, but then couldn't get back quickly enough to stop that inside score.
Oldham over Oakley. Juwan Oldham, who was a starter here for the Bulls for a good portion of last season, hitting on his first field goal attempt. And the Knicks lead at 6-2 with a minute and a half gone by. Here's his first shot attempt and the foul. Wilkins on the foul, and Michael Jordan, who hit 17 of 18 for the line against Detroit, will go to the line.
One of the few players in professional basketball that doesn't need a pick. He just jumps over people. First of what undoubtedly will be many field goals in this game.
The 61 points against Detroit was Jordan's season high. He had 58 last week against the Nets, his all-time NBA high. That 63-point outburst against the Celtics in the playoffs last season.
He went by Chet Walker, who had a scoring record here also with that 61-point game. And Ewing, strong conversion on that rebound. One of the things Bob Hill pointed out to his team before the game is that the Bulls, as Jordan penetrates, only allow 12 offensive rebounds a game.
Jordan stopped by Ewing. Wilkins won't count. Traveling violation.
That happened out near half court. Jordan seemingly all alone till Patrick Ewing came over and closed the door on him.
Ewing had 5 rejections against the Sixers on Wednesday night. Paxson for Oakley. And here's Jordan, picked up by Walker. Banks on the rebound, out for Corzine, who has the good touch. Wilkins, and rebounded by Walker. Charles Oakley off the boards. He's third in the NBA in rebounding, averaging a shade over 12. Paxson for his first field goal, and the Knicks by 1, 8-7.
It's up to John Paxson to find his own shots, and he's very good at doing that.
Henderson changed his mind. Thanks for the good play. Recovered by Oldham. They're going to reset the 24-second clock. Earl Strom saying that the Bulls did have possession. So the Knicks get the new 24. Banks and Walker in a battle for position. Henderson deflected from behind by Jordan. Here's Jordan with the fake. The Bulls by 1, 9-8, 5 points for Jordan.
Gerald Wilkins' game plan was to keep Jordan out around the circle. Now already Jordan has been hurting the Knicks inside the foul line time and again.
Wilkins. The steal by Wilkins. Beautiful play. Gerald Wilkins, so active, has given the Knicks a 1-point lead.
So if you're on the bench now as a member of the Knicks, you'd yell out to Gerald, "Heads up, Gerald, heads up."
And Earl Strom, the outside official, called against the Knicks. It's on Gerald Henderson, second team foul picked up by the Knicks. Gene Banks inbounds. Wilkins closing the baseline on Jordan. Paxson from 3. Here's Kenny Walker. Kenny Walker not able to get a game at all against the Sixers. Hit his first shot the other night, picked up 2 fouls and departed and was not heard from following the opening minutes. Oldham won't count. Traveling violation.
Kenny Walker already has a couple of rebounds, and he's got his jumping shoes on, getting up high. That's the steps right there. He took 2 steps before he went up for his shot.
5 minutes gone by in this first quarter. The Knicks by 1. Here's Jordan. Rebound Ewing. Henderson on the move. I think he was surprised that he got inside.
Knicks have missed many chippies early here.
Jordan. Michael Jordan. 2 for 6 from the floor. And Henderson gives the Knicks a 3-point lead, 12-9.
Henderson certainly made that look easy. Nice, sweet move. Early in the game, Marv, it appears that the Knicks can run on the Bulls.
And Jordan draws the fouls. A timeout is called. Michael Jordan will go to the line when we pick it up following the timeout. Oldham called on the foul. 6:05 remaining, first quarter. Tomorrow night, the New York Knicks and the Los Angeles Clippers at Madison Square Garden. The action gets underway at 8 on the Madison Square Garden Network. That's tomorrow night, starting at 8 with the pregame show. I'm wondering if Benoit Benjamin will show up with a left-footed sneaker and a right-footed sneaker.
Well, I think he's worked that out, Marv. He also is one of the league's, believe it or not, best shot blockers, so he's trying to salvage a very dismal season.
Cedric Maxwell, the one-time Clipper, has been all over his case.
Would you see those remarks?
Oh, there's one where he said that Benoit Benjamin will be a good player someday. I just hope my grandkids live long enough to see it. Cedric was a one-time teammate. Benjamin then dealt to the Houston Rockets. Well, Michael Jordan with 7 points. The Bulls have shot only 4 out of 12, and the Knicks 6 for 13 in this first quarter. Jordan 2 for his first 6, and the Knicks lead it by 1. Illegal defense called on Chicago.
Chicago sensitive to Gerald Wilkins, sending a couple of people over to double up on him to deny him some room. We're caught in that illegal defense.
Both clubs remain the same following the timeout. Here is Henderson. And rebounded by Charles Oakley in a second year out of Virginia Union. 5.5 to go, first quarter. Knicks 12, Bulls 11. Banks. Gene Banks, who has been inserted into the starting lineup. This is 14th straight start, and he hits on a second field goal, so Chicago takes a 1-point lead.
Funny watching Jordan give the ball up to his other 4 teammates. He literally stood still that whole sequence and just watched it like a fan.
Like a normal player.
Yeah, right.
Wilkins. And the idea from the Knick point of view at the other end is to provide Michael Jordan with a tough defensive effort against Gerald Wilkins, who does come off the 41-point game. Corzine with his first bucket, and the Bulls by 1, 15-14.
Corzine doing his Bill Laimbeer look-alike offensive move. Ewing can't give him room. He'll kill you from outside.
Henderson, yes. And the Knicks by 1. Jordan sneaking down. Knicks forgot about him. And that is one the Knicks don't want to give up.
Terrible that that should happen.
9 for Jordan. Ewing, beautiful. Whoop. Second field goal for Patrick Ewing. Knicks 18, Bulls 17. Good start here at Chicago Stadium. Oakley.
Oldham slow to react on that. All happened right in front of him.
And it was deflected out by the Knicks. There's Doug Collins, 35, the youngest head coach of the NBA. Took over following last season for Stan Albeck. Oakley getting inside, and a foul. Oakley will go to the line.
In a switch, Oldham ended up on Jordan. Oakley was virtually free as Ewing's concentrating on Corzine, and the Bulls exploited that quickly.
Foul on Ewing, his first. And here's Charles Oakley. And the Bulls by 2, 20-18. Wilkins. Basket counts, says Earl Strom.
How a move by Kenny Walker following that up.
And the foul on Corzine.
Good stop jump shot by Wilkins. Obviously put it up softly. And look at Kenny Walker. Talk about an in-traffic rebound. Wow.
So Walker with a three-point play. And the Knicks by 1. 3.5 left, first quarter. Knicks try to trap Paxson. Jordan. And Oldham altered that shot. Wilkins on the save. Here's Henderson. And Wilkins pushed the ball down beautifully. He left 3 Bulls behind him.
Knicks are running well. They're setting their own pace on offense, and it's a quick one.
Traveling violation called on Oakley. Good defensive pressure being applied by the Knicks. Delay of game called on the Bulls. The ball tossed away, not allowing the Knicks to move out of the backcourt. 3 minutes to go in this first quarter.
Corzine loved to see Ewing take that jump shot.
Jordan against the backpedaling Wilkins. Oldham on the rejection. Here's Corzine. And Oakley able to tip it home. Knicks by 1, 23-22.
There's just no sense of responsibility by the Knicks in keeping Oakley away from the hoop.
Ewing, fourth shot. Oakley saving, but Walker picked it off, threw it away. Corzine. The Bulls take a 1-point lead, 24-23.
2 minutes left in the play.
Wilkins on the crossover. Banks called on the block. Second team foul called on Chicago. A timeout is called. Just under 2 minutes to go. First quarter. The Bulls lead by 1. Marv Albert with John Andres from Chicago Stadium. Capacity crowd, 18,000 on hand. You know, the year before Michael Jordan came to the Bulls averaged 6,300 at the gate. Right now they're around 13,000 and climbing.
Not only here, but also on the road where Jordan is a magnet. The other night, he gave the 30,000 fans who came to the Silverdome in Pontiac, Michigan, a thrill with his 61-point explosion. Boy, if they meet in the playoffs, are they going to pack him in?
Gerald Wilkins looking for points 7 and 8. He was fouled a moment ago by Gene Banks. Michael Jordan has now scored 40 or more 27 times this season. And that overtime victory over Detroit in Pontiac appears to have been the highest rated television game in the history of the Chicago Bulls franchise. At one point, almost 1/5 of those watching television in Chicago were tuned into the game. Again, the good defensive pressure. Jordan recovered, just avoiding the 10-second violation. Although I think the Bulls got a break in checking the 24-second clock. It looked like they did not get it over within the 10. Bulls by 1, 26-25. Wilkins.
That's impressive. Elston Turner is one tough defender, and he was right up on Gerald, waving his arms.
So the three-pointer by Wilkins. Threet and Turner now in the backcourt. And Jordan is up front. Elston Turner not able to hit. Loose ball foul against Chicago. And they are over the limit. Banks called on his second.
Kenny Walker battling with Gene Banks, who is a very strong guy, very strong arms. What a week Walker's had, starting last weekend with Chuck Person. He's been banging some very hard, strong people of late.
Now Banks sits down. Brad Sellers, the rookie from Ohio State, 7-footer, most valuable player of the NIT last season. And the Bulls' first-round draft pick comes on for the first time as Ewing shoots a pair.
Sellers, a totally different player than Gene Banks, noted for his non-physical style of play.
So the Bulls go with Oakley, Sellers, and Jordan, along with Threet and Turner. Knicks by 3, 29-26, just under a minute to go, first quarter. Oakley. Charles Oakley showing the outside touch. He has 7, and the Knicks lead is 1. The leader by Ewing. Rebound Oakley. Turner in his 6th year out of Ole Miss, acquired from the Denver Nuggets back in October. Not noted for shooting, more of a defensive specialist. He's given the Bulls a 1-point lead. The clock down to 10 seconds left of the quarter. They jump out at Wilkins. We're down to 7. Wilkins. Rebound Wilkins. Gerald Wilkins with 13 points. Final seconds. Here's Oakley. He nearly took the 24-second clock down with him. And that is the end of the first quarter here in Chicago. The Knicks 31, the Bulls 30. Back in Chicago, we're getting ready for the second quarter. And there's the head coach of the Chicago Bears, Mike Ditka, who will be active following the Knicks Bull game. It'll be the Bears and the Packers in a basketball game that will benefit local charities. Walter Payton, Richard Dent among those expected to be in action on the hardwood.
I remember when I was playing for Fordham in my senior year, Mike Ditka was naturally playing at the University of Pittsburgh football, All-American end, came into the lineup. Basketball, came into the game in his basketball uniform. One of the funniest sights ever. I mean, the guy was, you know, weightlifter.
Why don't you mention that to him?
Pumped up. Had lunch with a friend of mine today, by the way, who confirmed that Ditka will not be here after next season as coach of the Bears. I mean, it hasn't been formalized, but
he confirms it. This friend of yours.
Well, because he runs the CBS station out here. That's good ins. And that's the report, Mark.
All right. Well, that's been talked about, John. It's not exactly a mystery.
No, but it's another look at Brad Sellers handing the ball away.
Hey, Johnny Andresi scoop. I mean, it's been talked about.
I know.
And this guy confirmed it.
It's close. It's close. It's just
he works at a local television station, huh? What does he do?
He runs the station. He
runs the station? Want to name names, John? All right, Sellers to the line. He runs the station.
That's right.
And he has this on good information, huh? Ditka will not be back.
Pretty clear to me.
Stop the presses.
Pretty clear to me that you don't respect people who run stations. Whoa. Whole other subject we could open up there.
No, I didn't say that at all, John. There are certain people, though.
Got that from the attitude.
But not in the New York area.
How about networks?
All right, Henderson. And the Knicks lead by 1, 33-32. Listen, John, if you get some other scoops from some real good authorities like people who run television stations, You know, pass him on at any time. Oakley able to hit. Charles Oakley has come on. He has 9, and the Bulls lead by 1. Knicks remaining with the same starting 5. Ewing looking for position. Try to do it at Mike Brown, the rookie from George Washington, who just came on. Sellers off the break. The Bulls by 3.
That's the kind of play the Knicks need out of Oldham. He's too silent out there on offense.
And the Knicks want to talk it over. Timeout called. And Bob Hill will send on Trent Tucker when we return. A week from tomorrow here on Channel 9, the New York Mets and the Boston Red Sox. That'll be live from St. Petersburg, Florida. Saturday, March 14th at 1 o'clock right here on WOR-TV Channel 9. Lewis Orr and Trent Tucker have come on for the Knicks.
Boy, Elston Turner is tough.
Turner all over Tucker. Rory Sparrow in the lineup for the first time. Nice move by Oldham. His second field goal.
Brad Sellers lookalike move.
Bulls by 1. Some pressure defense by the Knicks. Hopefully the only starter still out there. Here's Sellers on the pick. And Oldham complaining that his hand was knocked away by Mike Brown.
Better get used to it. Because Mike Brown loves to push, as Patrick Ewing just found out.
Mike Brown at 6'9". He says 250.
Look at him.
Ewing over Brown.
Should have seen the shot he gave Ewing before Ewing got the ball.
7 points for Ewing. Chicago by 1. 3 and Turner at the guards. Brown is up front with Sellers and Oakley. Ewing with the good box out, and Ewing doing a good job off the boards in this first half. Lewis Orr. Down to 10 on the shot clock. 5 on the shot clock. 3-pointer for Rory Sparrow. And the Knicks by 2, 40-38. 3 minutes in, second quarter.
Sparrow had a big game here last time they met. 22 points, 10 assists.
Sellers on a spin. Here's Brown.
Did he out-desire Oldham for that basketball or what?
We're tied at 40. Mike Brown, a third-round pick of the Bulls back in '85, but chose to play in Italy. And he was Rookie of the Year in the Italian League. Ewing taken down, but Oldham is there. Knicks by 2. Juwan Oldham with his third field goal. He has 6 points. High man for the Knicks, Gerald Wilkins, getting a rest right now. 13 for Wilkins. Jordan also resting. Michael Jordan only 3 for 9 in the first quarter. Here's Brown. Jordan with 9 points, and we'll see him shortly. Here's Tucker on the move. Trent had the shot on the penetration. He comes off a terrific game, a career-high 11 assists against the Sixers. He had 7 rebounds. He had to go defensively against Charles Barkley. Tucker off the steal. It's a 3-on-2. Sparrow, nice pass for Orr.
Knicks continue to run well. They're pushing that ball up the court.
Knicks by 4. We are early second quarter.
Boy, we'll see Jordan any second, I have to believe, Marv.
3 from deep. And the foul call. Substitutions for the Bulls. Michael Jordan back for Elston Turner. And Poquette comes on for the first time. Ewing committed that foul going out on 3. Not a good foul. And Sedale Threet, one-time Philadelphia 76er, with his first point. Threet had a very strong game against Detroit Wednesday. 19 points, 8 of the 19 in overtime.
He's going to be very helpful to this team. He makes the team run, and what they like about him is he gets Jordan running. Jordan tends to dilly-dally with the ball a lot coming up court, but Threet makes him run.
The Knicks by 2, 44-42. Here's Sparrow from deep. Yes. So Rory has hit the three-pointer and a deep two-pointer. Knicks by 4. And Jordan being guarded by Tucker. Here's Threet. Rebound, Tucker. 5 minutes gone by, second quarter. The defensive matchup has Jordan going against Tucker. Ewing over Corzine. Patrick Ewing with 9. And the Knicks by 6. Biggest lead of the night for either club.
That was so easy. I'm sure Bob Hill will order that play once again.
Tucker nearly stole it. Jordan on the recovery.
Tucker in his helping attitude lost Jordan for a second.
11 points for Jordan.
Boy, if you're assigned one of the great ones in the NBA, you can't think help as much as you normally can. And they did order it again, and it worked.
Patrick Ewing with 11. And the Knicks again by 6. The Knicks have hit 9 of 11 from the field in the second quarter. Good defensive work by Tucker on Jordan. And here's Poquet. Knicks appear to have the steal, and Poquet found it in his hand.
Incredible shooting by the Knicks in this quarter. 9 of 11.
A lot of elbows down low. Louis Orr not able to hit. Chris McNeely, who just checked in on the rebound. McNeely looking to get out of the lane. And the Bulls on the steal. Sellers.
Oh, 9 steps he took. Ah.
Knicks by 2, 50-48. 5 minutes to go. First half. Ewing, same spot this time off. And here come the Bulls. The 7-footer Sellers leading the break, going all the way. We're tied at 50. And the Knicks call for the 22nd timeout as the Bulls receive a standing ovation. Very impressive move by Brad Sellers.
Yes, this is where if it was Oldham, he couldn't reach over as he does so well against Louis Orr. But Sellers is doing what he does best, and that is move up the court and shoot that ball and become part of that break.
Look at the NBA schedule.
Boston going to soften up the Clippers for the Knicks tomorrow night. As if they need softening up, right?
Oh, yeah.
Jordan played against them the other night. Only played 3 quarters in a win against the Clippers.
Just under 5 minutes remaining in this first half. Tucker stopped, thought he was fouled, or able to save it.
Very nice move by McNeely.
Chris McNeely hitting on his first field goal attempt. And the Knicks by 2. So the Knicks playing well once again. They won their last 2. They beat Utah. They beat the Sixers. After they had lost 5 in a row. Paxson. John Paxson with his second field goal. He has 4.
You think they're playing well. They're not behind enough, Marv. It's when they get behind by 20 that they're playing well. That's the new sign.
And Sparrow calls out the play, resetting it. the intercept. Here's Sparrow. And Corzine control.
Louis Orr unable to get anything done out there. He seems to be going up against guys bigger than him every time.
Tucker played by Paxson.
It's not an offensive lineup out there for the Knicks with McNeely, Oldham, and Louis Orr.
Just beating the 24-second clock. Corzine fouled. And he apparently smacked his knee. I should say Poquette, who made the play, smacking the knee, and he'll go to the line. Corzine with a good pass.
Great pass, and what a nice catch by Poquette. Well done by the Bulls.
Foul committed by Chris McNeely. Timeout called, just under 3 minutes to go. First half, the Bulls by 2.
Grab the popcorn in the aisle seat. Channel 9's treating you to the best movies of the year on the 22nd annual Your Choice for the Film Awards. Tim Conway and Jane Seymour host this special presentation where you pick the winner. Monday night at 9.
2:58 remaining in this first half. It has been a close half. Knicks at one point led by as many as 6. Bulls have led by as many as 3. That's been it. And Ben Poquette going to the line, and they call that a breakaway foul. So Poquette with the shot, and then the Bulls will get possession. Ben Poquette looking for his 5th point. And now possession to the Chicago Bulls, who lead by 3. Bulls come in at 31-26. They're 4th in the Central Division. They've won 2 in a row, 6 of their last 7. Here's Jordan. So Michael Jordan only 4 out of 12 in this first half. The Knicks at 18-41. And they've won the last 2 after losing 5 straight. 9 out of the last 10. 7 on the shot clock.
Bulls very tough here in Chicago, but on the road they've had a lot of problems. They've only won 8 on the road.
Corzine with the rebound, stripped by Tucker. What a beautiful play by Trent Tucker.
Knicks do not have a scoring front line on the floor, so it's got to come from Tucker and Sparrow.
Knicks down by 1. 55-54. Poquette. Just under 2 minutes to go in this first half. Oldham held. Foul committed by Corzine. Corzine his 2nd.
With room, Oldham becomes tough. Goes right around Corzine using those long legs.
Called a non-shooting foul. Oldham. Rebound Corzine.
Because if you're Corzine, that's what you want Oldham to do, take jump shots.
Jordan on the follow. And the Bulls by 3, 57-54. It has been only an ordinary first half for Michael Jordan. 13 points. He's 5 for 14 from the floor. Actually less than ordinary. .50 seconds to go in the half. for Trent Tucker, and we're tied at 57.
Tucker drilling that shot. He doesn't need much time to get that shot up these days.
Dean Banks way off. Down to 15 seconds in the half. And the Bulls take over. Gerald Wilkins checking back, replacing Lewis Orr. 22nd timeout called by the Bulls. You mentioned the Bulls road record, which is 8-19, the 23-8 here at Chicago Stadium, but the Bulls have 8 of the next 11 away from home.
Yes, I remember last time we were here, they were embarking following that game on a long road trip. And they did, at the time Knicks were here, the Bulls were going very strong, and then they hit the road and got roughed up a lot, and that's what the road does to people. And as I mentioned moments ago, they only have 8 wins on the road this year. They have been home here for 8 out of their last 10 games since they met the Knicks on February 14th, Valentine's Day.
Yes, coming up at halftime, the first part of a 3-part series that we'll be showing you on the ABA. Fellows with the red, white, and blue basketball. That is just ahead at halftime. 12 seconds to go in the half. Tied at 57. Jordan, played by Tucker. 5 seconds. 3 seconds. And Sparrow at the play. Oh, wow! Rory Sparrow with a 3-point buzzer basket. And here's another look. Perfectly placed. Rory going glass, the same Rory Sparrow that you criticized in Philadelphia for a weak shot from half court the other day.
Right.
But he went, you know, he went the 2-hand route this time. He went 1 hand the other time.
Very good recollection, Marvin.
I don't forget, John. What a shot by Sparrow. So we are at halftime here in Chicago. The Knicks 60, the Bulls 59. A participating advertiser in tonight's game is Eastern Airlines.
Nominated for 2 Academy Awards.
And there was that feeling that you were starting something new.
Did a lot of things that were innovative.
Well, my most memorable experiences I can't really say on television.
Red, white, and blue symbolize an entire generation of pro basketball. From 1967 to 1975, an innovative league mixed a newfangled ball with a wide-open style of play and forged its own identity. From its growing pains to its undeniable gains, this is the story of the American Basketball Association.
All the teams were running, and so that's the way they played, you know, wide open basketball up and down the court.
Defense was not the primary, reason for being out there. You wanted to score points and shoot the ball.
The best way to get the ball back was to let the other team score.
That red and white blue ball had a lot of flash to it. You know, once you let it go, you know, you can watch it spin. You can see the ball spinning in the air and hit the nets.
It was a nice ball to watch while it was going in the basket. Not a very pretty ball when it was missing. You can see it miss more.
Well, you became proud of it because it was a symbol of the ABA. You know, so it was something you cherished, you know, and you held very close and dear to you.
three-point shot. I don't know how they did it, but they came up with the perfect distance because it's tough. It costs you to shoot the thing, and yet if you make it, and it makes it exciting and gives you that little extra edge for the fans and everything.
Where basketball had been limited to college and prep school action, the ABA installed professional teams, undoubtedly laying the groundwork for future NBA franchises.
The first of our three-part series on the ABA. Tomorrow night at halftime of the Madison Square Garden Network, halftime of the Knicks LA Clippers game, will have the second part of the series on the ABA. In Chicago, we're at halftime. The Knicks leading the Chicago Bulls by the score of 60-59. We'll be right back. Welcome back to a packed house in Chicago. At halftime, the Knicks lead the Chicago Bulls by the score of 60-59. Marv Albert along with John Andres. John, again, best of luck to your brother fighting tomorrow, Dennis Andres. Taking on Thomas Hearns.
I look for a big upset. Full day for the Hitman tomorrow. I know you think I'm kidding, but he's tough. Dennis is tough. Believe me.
So you like brother Dennis over the Hitman tomorrow. Michael Jordan having his difficulties in his first half. 6 for 17 from the floor. An un-Jordan-like performance, only 15 points at halftime.
Yes, but opponents, foes of the Bulls are used to seeing Jordan explode, and he can do it real fast. He had 26 points the other night in the fourth quarter up in Detroit, and that can happen at any time. You know, he's like a storm cloud looming.
You know, you just keep coining phrases game after game. You're unbelievable.
Well, the Knicks have to take some credit, though, for their defense on him. He has not been shooting the ball well. Both teams, actually, the Knicks a little over 50%. Both teams shooting pretty well. I think, though, for the shots that the Knicks got around the basket, Marv, they really should be around 60%. They missed several chippies. Very even game, though, it appears, on all aspects. The bench, both benches are 1 point apart. The scoring is spread out very well, and it's the score, the 1 point score, really reflects what's going on, it seems, in this game. So it's anyone's game.
And the Knicks are 4 for 4 from three-point range, including a shot that I know Bob Hill has been working on for a long time during the course of practice. The two-hand bomb by Rory Sparrow to end the first half that banked home.
Rory Sparrow had a fine first half, and he has good memories of one of his best games of the season here, and the only other time the Knicks were here, he played very well in that one too, and he's matching it thus far.
All right, the Knicks and the Bulls are getting ready for the second half. We'll be back with more of our halftime. The Knicks and the Bulls getting ready for the second half here at Chicago Stadium. The Knicks 60, the Bulls 59. I'll look at the individual scoring totals. Patrick Ewing and Gerald Wilkins leading the Knicks scoring. Wilkins with 13. He's 5 for 10 from the floor. Ewing is 5 for 9, 11 points. Gerald Henderson hit 5 out of 8. He has 10 points. And Rory Sparrow with 8. Michael Jordan, 15 points. in the first half. He comes in averaging 37.6. He comes off the 61-point game against Detroit. And Brad Sellers with 10 points. So the Knicks shooting 52%. The Bulls 49%, but the surprise, the fact that the Knicks, a poor rebounding team, have hung in against the Bulls, a very good rebounding ball club.
Break that down even further, Marv. They have done very well on the offensive boards, having won more than the Bulls, 8-7. Bulls a vicious offensive rebounding team led by Oakley, and the Knicks have done a fine job there.
Oakley with 7 rebounds, Corzine with 8. Ewing leading the Knicks with 7 rebounds. Oldham with 2 blocked shots in the first half. So we're underway third quarter. John Paxson and Michael Jordan in the backcourt. Dave Corzine, Gene Banks, Charles Oakley up front. Here's Jordan off the spin. Oakley on the rebound. Corzine. But Oakley, in taking the return pass, was on the end line.
Bad pass by Corzine.
The Knicks with Wilkins and Henderson in the backcourt. Walker, Oldham, and Ewing up front. Jordan guarding Wilkins. Gerald able to lose him, but not able to hit. Here's Banks on the wing. Intended for Jordan. And the Bulls have been out of sync.
Bulls only with 4 turnovers, however, in the first half.
Henderson from 3. So that's the first 3-pointer of the Knicks. Haven't been able to hit. And the foul on Ewing.
Oakley going to soar up for this shot. How could that be on Ewing?
No, that's a mistake. It's Walker. Correction. Kenny Walker called on the foul, his second. Walker able to bat it away. 3 on 1. And here's Walker back to Wilkins.
Pass was thrown a little behind Kenny Walker, who had to stop his momentum. Fortunately, Wilkins was there, who he could give it to.
22nd timeout called by Doug Collins. Knicks lead it now by 3.
Kenny Walker heads up play, runs the court well. This is his game, but the pass being behind him was such that he waited, and thankfully for him, Kenny Walker, who loves to run in the open court, was there. I would say Gerald Wilkins is having fun so far in this game.
And Gerald now with 15 points.
It's important for him that he doesn't get down and worried about Jordan scoring all over him, and so far he's doing a very good job.
And Wilkins has only 1 foul. Now they trap Paxson. So Jordan feeds Banks. There's Banks again, and a foul. The Oldham did a good thing at first. He stepped away, not looking to pick up the foul. And then he tried to recover. And the foul was called here on Walker.
Banks pretty tricky around the basket. A lot of head fakes. Really took Oldham out of the play with that head fake.
Walker's third. The man who was known as Tinkerbell in his high school days. A schoolyard legend in the city of Philadelphia. Gene Banks. And the Knicks and Bulls tied at 62 with 2 minutes gone by in this third quarter. Wilkins, nice feed, and the foul on Oakley.
It's getting good penetration on that move by Gerald Wilkins.
Patrick Ewing will shoot 2. He's 1 out of 2 from the line. In the earlier Knick visit here to Chicago, Ewing, who was struggling at the time, scored only 6 points. And he was in foul trouble, but of course it has been a different Patrick Ewing, particularly the last month and a half.
He played 38 minutes in that game, but shot poorly, 3 for 11. And player, I think, remembers those kinds of performances, I think, as Rory Sparrow has done tonight and feeling so good.
Banks, oh, he almost took Oldham's hand with him.
That's another case for rejection being overruled.
Delay of game warning against Chicago. That's their second such violation. And it is a technical foul. Both violations on Gene Banks.
Strong move, however, by him going up against the 7-1 Oldham.
So Gerald Henderson will shoot the technical. This has not been a good department for the Knicks. This time they cash in. Mentioned players having long memories concerning bad games. How about color commentators? John, you remember most of your bad games?
No, color commentators basically don't do anything wrong. It's the play-by-play guys who identify incorrectly and tend to fall asleep. There's a sameness to every game, you know.
Oakley off the steal. The Knicks with a 1-point lead, 65-64.
So I'm very impressed by the fact that you haven't identified Corzine as DePaul's Corzine.
Very good.
Who you'll be seeing tomorrow.
Here's Jordan.
Oh!
It's an offensive foul.
An Earl Strom special. Jordan jumping into the defender. What's he got around here or something? Why are they booing?
Earl Strom hearing it from the crowd. That was the first foul on Jordan. And Ewing gives the Knicks a 3-point lead, 67-64. Fifth meeting of the season between these two clubs. Bulls have won 3 of 4. They won here on a buzzer basket earlier this season by Michael Jordan. Banks getting good position, rejected by Oldham. His third block. Fans wanted to travel on Wilkins. Last touch by Ewing. Paxson and Jordan in the backcourt. Paxson was looking for Jordan. And Banks threw it away.
Knicks played well. They reacted well, helping out. Didn't leave any wide openings for the Bulls to hit the open man.
And that is turnover 5 this quarter for the Chicago Bulls. Henderson, yes. And the Knicks by 5, 69-64. Henderson has 13 points.
Very nice simple pass by Kenny Walker, who then went crashing in to hit the boards in case Gerald Henderson missed that.
Henderson able to strip Jordan. Wilkins fouled by Paxson. So Gerald Wilkins will go to the line. John Paxson committing his first second-team foul on the Bulls. And Chicago calling for time as Brad Sellers checks back in. 7.5 to go, third quarter. Final score, the Boston Celtics over the Los Angeles Clippers up in Boston, 132-111. 3 straight wins for the Celtics. They're now 45-15. Clippers dropped to 10-47 on the road, 3-27. And they play the Knicks at the Garden tomorrow night, starting at 8 o'clock with the pregame. Game gets underway 8:35. That'll be seen on the Madison Square Garden network. In the fourth quarter, the 76ers lead the Bullets 111-98. Going into tonight's play, the Bullets in second place, a half game in front of Philadelphia. In the fourth quarter, Detroit leads Dallas 114-110. Gerald Wilkins on the line. with the Knicks up by 5.
Far as I probe the mind of Michael Jordan, I get the feeling at this point in the game he can't be happy with himself with his effort tonight, and I look for him to pick it up a notch at around now.
Sellers guarded by Oldham. 5 on the shot clock. Rebound Oldham. 5 minutes gone by in this third quarter. Wilkins given the room. Oakley off the board. And that is a flagrant elbow, as Patrick Ewing called it. Flagrant elbow thrown by Oakley. You heard Ewing say, oh, look at the elbow, and that's a 2-shot foul. And a final score, the Atlanta Hawks over the New Jersey Nets, 111-83, so the Nets dropped to 15.
That was a low percentage move by Patrick Ewing in trying to take that ball from Oakley, which is virtually impossible. He was lucky Oakley reacted the way he did.
17 points for Ewing, and the Knicks with their biggest lead. They're up by 7. Here's Oakley. Oakley on the follow.
Boy, he got Ewing in the mouth, too, on that move. Boy, he looks groggy, doesn't he?
And a 20-second timeout called by the Knicks. Patrick Ewing stunned. Knick trainer Mike Saunders out to take a look. That was another knockout blow thrown by Charles Oakley. Very big, strong guy at 6'9", 245 pounds.
I wonder if Oakley could have committed an offensive foul on that play. Oh! Oh. Little massage. Generally, massages are nice, but not that one.
And that after the flagrant foul committed by Oakley after he collared a rebound. See how Ewing reacts to this. Although now he's being handled by Corzine, and they're in a battle down low. Here's Wilkins. Yes.
Deadly from that angle.
17 for Gerald Wilkins. And the Knicks by 7.
Jordan going into his power game down low now.
Paxson. Three-pointer for John Paxson, who's been quiet. 7 points for Paxson.
So valuable, leads the team in assists, and can do things like that when the situation calls.
Paxson in his 4th season out of Notre Dame. Nice pass from Ewing. So Wilkins gives the Knicks a 6-point lead.
It's a play the Knicks continue to use to such great success.
Paxson again. The Knicks by 4, 75-71. Ewing going glass. And the Knicks in the midst of a hot streak once again. They opened up hitting 9 out of their first 11 in the second quarter. They shot very well in the first half at 52%.
Wilkins diagnosing Jordan's crossover dribble perfectly.
Sellers. Oakley foul. That'll be a 2-shot foul.
Now Oldham is undoubtedly saying the man pushed me out of the way to get inside of me. Oakley had already done that to get in close. He's so aggressive. We ran into Oldham today, Marv, in the hotel, and he was talking about Charles Barkley as an opponent, how tough he is, how fast he is. He said, I never played against somebody who was always down court ahead of me, and he said, that's tough to do. He's always down there ahead of me, but he's also praised Barkley's strength. And he's finding a bigger version of Charles Barkley right here in this man.
Juwan Oldham getting major exposure in the New York press today. Word came out that his teammates call him Alf. That's last touch by the Bulls. Juwan Oldham, known as Alf, like the television character. His teammates say it stands for alien life form.
Said lovingly.
Of course. Henderson getting the step. Nice pull-up. Rebounded by Oakley. Michael Jordan has taken only one shot this third quarter, and he's 6 for 17 for the game. And again the foul on Oakley, pushing out, and that is number 3. Offensive foul. Third on Oakley.
Oakley with that left arm just pushing Oldham away. He feels that's perfectly normal.
Ewing setting the pick. Corzine jumping out effectively. Foul committed by Jordan.
On Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan is second.
Team foul.
And team foul number 4 on the Bulls. Here's Gene Banks replacing Charles Oakley, who leads with 12.
What if Jordan will ever do what Oldham did at some point in his career, decide he wants to be called Jordan?
Like Dorsett, like Andreessen. The re-steal by Henderson. Kenny Walker. Sellers. Fouled by Oldham. The block on Juwan. That's a second foul. Team foul number 4.
Good acceleration by the Bulls, getting it up court. Nice pass by Banks to the 7-foot Sellers.
Sellers with 2 shots.
2 shots for Brad Sellers. Sellers with 10 points overall. Some difficulties at the start of his rookie season. In fact, Doug Collins sat him down for what were called disciplinary reasons.
He hasn't had 10 points in the last 4 games. Did, though, in the 5th game against the Nets in that big win, when Jordan, by the way, had 58 last Thursday. I mean, what a week he's had. That's been eclipsed by that game the other night.
And last touch by Walker, looking for the deflection off Jordan. Earl Strom says no.
Well, just squirting out there.
Looked like it was last touch by Jordan. Tough to tell from that angle, but Jordan throws it away. And that is a final. Sixers over the Bullets, 123-111. So Philadelphia moves in front of Washington in second place by a half game.
First win this year for the Sixers over there. Moses Malone-led Bullets.
Philly turning it after the loss to the Knicks. Beautiful move by Wilkins. He has 21. Paxson stopped, thought he was fouled. Juwan putting between the legs. The legend grows. Banks. Sensational shot by Gene Banks. 13 for Banks. And the Knicks by 3, 2.5 to go. Third quarter. Get the idea. Michael Jordan is saving it for the 4th.
How about the last time they played here, getting the last 18 points in the game?
Sellers on the rebound.
Inexcusable defense by the Knicks, leaving Corzine totally open.
And Corzine has brought the Bulls within 1. The Knicks call for time. 2 minutes, 2 seconds left, third quarter. Next Thursday, March the 12th, boxing returns to the Felt Forum. Dennis Cruz going up against Joaquin Acuna. Also Mark McPherson and Seamus McDonough. First bell at 7:30 p.m. Tickets on sale at the Garden box office. at Ticketron by calling Teletron at 212-947-5850. Boxing at the Felt Forum next Thursday night. Final score, Detroit beat Dallas 125-115. So the Detroit Pistons stopped the three-game losing streak. Here's Gerald Wilkins. Yes. And the Knicks by 3.
Knicks with their three-guard offense now as they try and duplicate what happened in Philadelphia the other night with this combination.
And Bob Hill went with the three-guard alignment for a good portion of the game, and it was very successful. 5 on the shot clock. Here's Banks. I don't think there's any question. Jordan's just waiting for the fourth quarter. He has to be tired off the performance in overtime, the 61 points against Detroit on Wednesday night, and we're not seeing the old Jordan enthusiasm to this point. Saw it briefly in the first quarter. He's only 6 for 17. Knicks did a nice job on him too, and that's contributed. Traveling violation on Ewing.
I'll tell you this though, Marv, it's not evident on defense. He's working and challenging Gerald Wilkins, and that to me is a sign if a player is tired or not, how he reacts on defense. And Jordan's hustling. Maybe he's just building up this momentum now, but it's going to be here.
Jordan did score 26 of his 61 the other night against Detroit in the fourth quarter. Another Chicago turnover, their 10th of the quarter. Nice pass. Tucker stopped by Banks. 35 seconds to go, third quarter. Here's Corzine for Sellers. Rejected by Oldham, but Sellers on the recovery. The Bulls by 1, 82-81.
This is a very big game for Sellers.
He now has 14 points. 20 seconds to go on the third. Ewing off the turn, and the Knicks take a 1-point lead.
Patrick Ewing putting on a show of his own.
21 for Ewing. Down to 10 seconds left, third quarter. Sedell 3 for John Paxson. Here's Paxson. 1 second remaining. Bulls by 1. A second left in the third. Ewing, as this third quarter comes to a close. And this crowd at Chicago Stadium really into it. Capacity crowd of 18,000 plus. We'll be back in a moment. Marv Albert, John Andres from Chicago Stadium. As we head to the fourth quarter, the Bulls 84 and the Knicks 83. Bill Cartwright sitting it out once again with tendonitis in his left ankle, so he's missed the last 8 games.
Averaged 16 a game, too, against the Bulls in 3 games this year. He's missed. He may be back Tuesday. He practiced with the team the last couple of days. Slightly, he didn't re-injure it yesterday in practice, but I think it was somewhat aggravated, according to Mike Saunders. Not severe, but they're hoping that he will be back Tuesday.
Michael Jordan remains on the bench as the Bulls and Knicks open up this fourth quarter. The Knicks stayed three-guard offense. Sparrow, Wilkins, Tucker, along with Ewing and Oldham. And the illegal defense called on Chicago. Second violation. Knicks will get the technical. Doug Collins questioning the call. And here's Sparrow to shoot it. Well, the Knicks hit a technical earlier. Darrell Henderson hit it. Opening minute, fourth quarter. Ewing over Brown. Patrick Ewing with 23 points. Ewing jumping out at 3. Freed and Paxson in the backcourt. Brown up front. The Bulls by 1, 86-85. Sedell Threet's first field goal. Ewing. And Brown rescues.
Knicks need Oldham to get more active out there now. Tempo's going to pick up.
Freak wanted the pick from Brown. Paxson fired. Good play by Sparrow to knock it away. Here's Wilkins doing it at 3. Oh, a gorgeous move by Gerald Wilkins. 25 for Wilkins. And the Knicks by 1. Minute and a half gone by. Fourth quarter. Ewing on the steal as Tucker. Wow! Yes, and it counts.
Patrick Ewing with a spectacular shot, a running left-handed hook. Wow! I don't think he's done that in his NBA career. Patrick Ewing, who leads the Knicks in steals, does it again.
Mike Brown committed the foul. Knicks by 3, 89-86. Ewing has 25 points. Pretty dish off from Banks. Mike Brown brings the Bulls within 1.
That's for men only under there.
Shot clock. Jordan on the steal. Good play by Tucker. So Michael Jordan, who just checked back in, will go to the foul line.
And Trent Tucker signaling to the crowd that it was all ball, and it certainly looks that way in the replay.
Jordan is 3 for 3 from the line. Trent Tucker also preventing some Michael Jordan artistry off that spinning move.
Jordan hit 17 out of 18 the other night in Detroit with that record-breaking 61-point performance.
Still a long way to go. 9:43 left in the game, but it has been one of those nights for Michael Jordan. Last touch by Chicago.
Back against the Nets, Jordan had 26 out of 27 from the line.
He is an 86% free throw shooter. The Knicks by 1. 3 came over to break it up. 10 on the shot clock.
Defense is so fast, collapsing on Ewing.
Tucker from 3. Yes, Trent Tucker with his second three-point field goal. And the Knicks by 4, 92-88.
Ewing has had enough of Mike Brown. Gave him some glare at the end of that sequence when Tucker hit the shot. He just pushes constantly. Brown does.
Now Banks looking to post Tucker, and does. And rejected from behind.
Ewing's angry.
6 on the shot clock. Sellers departs, replaced by Charles Oakley.
Ewing so fast to come in and help.
Back to the live. Here is Jordan.
Oh. And that's Air Jordan. Was he up there? Woo!
Only 17 for Jordan. He's 7 for 18. The Knicks by 2, 92-90. Oldham. That time forcing the issue. Deflected out by the Bulls. Dave Corzine returns, replacing Mike Brown. Brown with 4 points. Tucker. Yes, that's a 2-point field goal for Trent, who is on fire.
Sure helps Ewing out when Tucker does that, and Wilkins does it from outside. Make that defense play him honest. Ewing, that is.
Tucker has 10 points. Knicks by 4. Banks was open, and he's fouled. Gene Banks will go to the line. Oldham picks up his third.
That pass was made right inside to Banks. Then the big men converged on him. It's still too easy to get that ball inside against the Knicks.
Gene Banks, 73% foul shooter, second year with the Bulls. Bulls have missed the last 3 from the foul line. Banks spent 4 years with San Antonio. He was acquired in that trade for Steve Johnson, second-round draft pick of the San Antonio Spurs back in 1981 out of Duke University.
Boy, he knows what the weight room is like. He's really developed his upper body.
Knicks by 3. 8 minutes to go in the game. Ewing working now against Porzingis. 5 on the shot clock.
Joe Wilkins all alone.
Tucker. What a play by Trent Tucker. With the shot clock running down, he did it off the spin. And Trent now has 12 points.
Look at him banging with Gene Banks underneath. Tucker.
Porzingis getting it down low, but that will be a 3-second violation.
Tucker's had an interesting week. He's had a taste of Charles Barkley. Now he's getting a version of Junior Barkley and Gene Banks.
Sparrow way off. Oldham had it. And it's called a jump ball. He's tied up.
Because he dribbled, the problems began.
Here's Paxson back. Banks sits down. Banks leads with 16. So John Paxson returns. And now Doug Collins will try and counter with a 3-guard alignment. With 3, Paxson and Jordan.
Bad toss by the official.
3 guarded by Sparrow. Oakley setting it against Oldham. Here's Jordan. Foul. Earl Strom with the call on Patrick Ewing. For Ewing, his 4th.
Nice quick pass by Charles Oakley, who is one of the better passers in the league, one of the better big men who can pass the basketball.
Jordan missed his last 2. He's 3 for 5 from the line. 18 points for Michael Jordan. Foul situation, Ewing with 4, 3 apiece on Oldham and Walker. For the Bulls, Oakley has 3. No one else in trouble. 96-93, Knicks by 3. Just under 7 minutes remaining in the game. Oldham had the mismatch against Jordan. Jordan with the pass for Oakley.
You see Jordan's energy level showing on a play like that, just jumping around Oldham and stealing the ball.
And a timeout called by the Knicks. 6.5 remaining in the ball game. The Knicks by 1, 96-95. Sunday night, the New York Rangers, coming off the victory over the Islanders the other night, go up against the Calgary Flames at Madison Square Garden. And the action will get underway at a special time at 8:30 on MSG, Madison Square Garden Network. The pregame show at 8:30, game time 9:05. That'll be Sunday night, and the game will be broadcast on WNBC Radio. Marv Albert, John Andres from Chicago Stadium. Well, the Bulls have had their opportunities on the line. Michael Jordan missed a couple at the foul line a moment ago. 6.5 left in the game. The Knicks now by 1, 96-95. Here's Ewing over Porzingis.
Seems to be automatic, doesn't it, for Ewing when he gets that ball down low over Porzingis.
27 for Ewing. Wilkins has 25. Jordan with only 19, 7 for 18 from the floor. He's taken only 2 shots the second half. Only 1 shot in the third quarter. Illegal defense called on the Knicks.
Marv, the mark of greatness in athletes, of course, is how they do it when the game's on the line, and that's what we are going to see now with Jordan. You can predict it. You know he's going to go into his wild act.
One of the first illegal defensive call against the Knicks. Here's Jordan. And that's a goaltender. So the basket counts. And the Bulls move within one.
Jordan going up high. Ball on the way down and deflected by Oldham.
The Knicks staying three-guard offense along with Ewing and Oldham. Ewing and Oldham once again logging the playing time. Along with Wilkins. Gerald Wilkins has 27. Gerald played 48 minutes against the Sixers on Wednesday. The first time that a Knick had gone 48 minutes in a regulation game since Truck Robinson did it back in January of '83. Wilkins has hit his last 6 from the floor. Rebounded by Oakley. Sparrow providing help. Jordan. And he'll go to the line. Substitution for the Knicks. Gerald Henderson returns.
Bulls cleared out and let Jordan go by himself. Sparrow almost succeeded in getting that ball from him and is helping out.
Sparrow sits down, replaced by Henderson. Wilkins committing the foul.
Now we're going to see the willpower of Jordan on display. This is a guy who Doug Collins, game in and game out, says he won't let us lose games. And this is what's happening now. You can feel his willpower and his desire to play this game, as he does every game, hard down the stretch now. He's going to be something to contain. The Knicks have to be very sensitive, help out on him.
And he is carrying this ball club on his back, which is most unusual when you consider he's a 6'5", 6'6" backcourt man, averaging 37 and a half a game. It'll be Nick Ball, last touched by the Bulls.
Key to point out about Jordan is that he's involved in deflections and defense now at this end of the court. This is a complete player.
Tucker. A rare miss for Trent. 4.5 left in the game. Oakley. Charles Oakley giving Chicago a 1-point lead.
Boy, Oakley's so valuable. He kills you on the boards, and then he can hit that jump shot.
Oldham. And the follow by Ewing, so the Knicks by 1, 102-101. Ewing has 29 points.
Great game being played by Ewing.
Freet was open. Penetrates. Rebounded by Oldham. Wilkins going right at Paxson and through the foul. The hesitation move by Gerald Wilkins.
Yes. Very tough move, too, and then he goes left.
His first, second team foul. 2 shots.
Boy, that long game he played the other night isn't affecting Gerald Wilkins. He's full of high energy.
Freet called on the foul. Wilkins to the line. He has 26 points. Gerald with the 41 points on 18 out of 30 from the floor against the Sixers. Knicks lead it by 3. 104-101. Has been a good one. Knicks at one point led by as many as 7. Close throughout. Porzingis. Oakley able to rip it away. Here's Paxson. Jordan. So Michael Jordan now 8 out of 20.
Tucker doing a big job on the boards there. He was right up there with the big boys.
Coming up on 3 minutes left in the game. Jack Neese with the call against the Knicks. Foul on Henderson.
Loose ball, everybody going for it. Corzine coming up in the middle of it.
And the foul by Henderson puts the Knicks over the limit. The Bulls call for time with just under 3 minutes to go in the game. Knicks by 3. In the Big East tournament at the Garden tonight, Georgetown defeating Boston College 56-51. And in the second half, the Redmen of St. John's over Providence 56-34. All right, the Knicks over the foul limit. So Corzine with 2 shots. He now has 7 points. The Knicks by 2, 104-102 with 2:59 remaining in the ball game. The Knicks come in off the 2 straight wins. They're 18-41, only 5-26 on the road. The Bulls have won 2 straight, 6 of the last 7. And they are 5 over 500 at 31-26. It has been an off night for Michael Jordan, but the Bulls trail by only 1. 104-103. Wilkins on a crossover. And the basket counts, although the Bulls look for an offensive interference.
Oldham kept out of the way of it. Knicks going with their 3-guard offense. Again, the only difference as this game winds down is that Gerald Henderson is in there for Sparrow.
Here's Paxson. The Knicks by 1, 106-105. 13 for John Paxson. And it's Oakley now guarding Wilkins. The steal by Jordan.
Again, same situation, same matchup. He did it moments ago, Jordan, around Oldham. Oldham doesn't come to the ball.
8 on the shot clock. Down to 4 on the 24. 3. Jordan keeps it alive. Here's Jordan. Knicks wanted to travel. Knicks wanted steps. Do not get the call. .25 for Jordan. The Bulls by 1. 1:25 left in the game. Here's Wilkins. And a loose note, they say, deflected out by Chicago. And the Knicks get a new 24.
I mean, Oakley wants the ball. He comes into this picture swarming. That's the quality that the Knicks have to get out of Oldham. They want that ball.
Time left in the game. Minute 10 to go. Ewing. Rebound Oakley. So the Bulls with the ball and a 1-point lead. Both teams have 3 timeouts remaining. 8 on the shot clock. Jordan on the fade. Rebound Ewing. So the air ball thrown by Air Jordan with 42 seconds remaining. Knicks call for time. The Bulls by 1. We'll be back in a moment. This is the 5th meeting of the season between the Knicks and the Bulls. The Bulls have won 3 out of 4, but the games have been excellent. The last time the Knicks played the Bulls here in Chicago was Jordan, 18 straight points, winning with the buzzer basket. It's been a terrific series.
The largest margin of victory has been 5 points in that opening game when Jordan had 50 of his team's 108 points.
The Knicks down by 1. Shot clock down to 10. Wilkins gives the Knicks a 1-point lead, and Chicago calls for time. 33 points for Gerald Wilkins, 30 seconds to go in the game. The Knicks now lead 108 to 107.
Wilkins had a move almost identical to that shot the last time and the only time the Knicks have been here in Chicago this season. Amazing. Same cutting across the middle move. Then Jordan came down and iced the game with his 17th and 18th point of the quarter at the end of that game, and as he scored his team's final 18 points. That was an amazing replay, and Jordan matched in spectacular play, certainly, and really outplayed in many ways by Gerald Wilkins, who just hits that shot.
Gerald Wilkins has now hit 9 of his last 11. Patrick Ewing has hit 5 of his last 6. Bulls coach Doug Collins, top draft pick of the Philadelphia 76ers back in '73 out of Illinois State. Had a distinguished 8-year NBA career, 4-time All-Star, an assistant at Arizona State. Then handled color commentary for the Philadelphia 76ers. And this is his first year as head man of the Chicago Bulls.
So funny for me to see John Bach leaning in on there as Collins lectures. John Bach, who I remember Bob Cousy in 1958 saying knew more basketball than he ever would.
John Bach, the one-time coach of the Golden State Warriors and one-time coach at Fordham University. Boy, he had a young fella by the name of Andresi on his club.
You know, I think that's what he called me.
Chicago has taken command in the second half off the boards. 25 seconds to go in the game. 15 on the 24. Knicks by 1. Here's Jordan getting the step. And the Bulls by 1.
Corzine set a gigantic pick that got him free.
Knicks don't call for the time. They have 2 remaining. Here's Ewing. Yes! The Knicks by 1. 8 seconds to go as the Bulls call for time. And Ewing has hit 6 out of 7. 6 out of his last 7. He now has 31 points.
Boy, Corzine has seen this enough tonight. Talk about a repeat performance by Ewing. Same spot, same results, time and again tonight. Bob Hill is some coach. Offensive coach. He's calling the right plays, boy.
It has been a facial festival for Patrick Ewing against Dave Corzine, and from time to time against Mike Brown, who had his difficulties against Ewing.
Only Jordan can perform a move like that stops on one side of the basket and finishes on the other. Wow. The whole name of the game now for the Knicks is quite obvious. Containment of Jordan.
And this Chicago Stadium crowd letting the Bulls hear it, and this is one of the loudest crowds in the NBA.
The Knicks have got to try and deny the pass to Jordan. That's the beginning of the problem.
The Knicks by 1, 110-109. Oakley will throw in from center court. 8 seconds to go, 4th quarter. Jordan being guarded by Tucker. Here's Jordan off the fake. Rejected by Oldham. 3 seconds, Paxson. And the Knicks have won it.
And look who blocked the shot.
The one-time Chicago Bull, Jawan Oldham, with the rejection. And Doug Collins very unhappy.
He's saying the shot was on the way down, and Earl Strom is clearly stating it was on the way up.
Doug Collins wanted the goaltend on Oldham, but another good night for the combination of Oldham and Ewing. Unofficially, we have Oldham for 4 rejections. The crowd here is stunned as the Knicks have won 3 in a row. And the officials, Earl Strom and Jack Neese, are hearing it. So the Knicks, solid performance, defeat the Bulls 110-109. We'll be right back.